As always, please retry the question before watching the video. There are three things you need to know to be able to answer this question. If you don't know any of them, please add them to your cheat sheet master and go back 5 before continuing in the video. First one is, what is a WTD for conjunction questions? The WTD for conjunction questions is read the clause before and after without reading the conjunction to determine the relationship. What are the four main relationships? Continuation, contrast, cause and effect, and time. Continuation, contrast, cause and effect, and time. Rather versus still. Rather versus still. So let's just take a look at these. Rather is the same as instead. Still means unexpected continuation. Unexpected continuation. Here's some examples. It wasn't a great movie. Rather, it was boring. So you're just saying the contrast is, you're just elaborating on the contrast that you've already set up. It wasn't a great movie. Rather, it was boring. Using still with the same clause, it wasn't a great movie. Still, it made me laugh. So this is an unexpected continuation. So you're saying, even though it wasn't a great movie, it made me laugh. Where you couldn't say that same one with it was boring. It wasn't a great movie, even though it was boring. So hopefully this will make this a little bit easier for you now for number 43. Let's take a look. Answer. So we're going to read the clause before. While brown dwarfs, like stars, initiate fusion, they cannot sustain a constant fusion that causes stars to burn at high temperatures. All right, so we've set up that saying they can't burn at high temperatures. Brown dwarfs lose their heat, cooling over time to temperatures between those of planets and those of stars. So it's almost like giving us an example of what was being set up at first, which is saying they cannot sustain a constant fusion that causes stars to burn at high temperatures. Rather, they lose their heat, cooling over time to temperatures between those of planets and those of stars. So rather is what we are looking for, which is like instead, because this isn't an unexpected continuation. That is exactly what we would expect based off of the setup that they said in the clause before. So hopefully you found this useful. The other two answers don't make sense in any case. And lastly is a time order conjunction. In any case, maybe some of you chose that, but that is really saying what is to come is going to be different than what we just had, more similar to still. And so answer D is going to be our correct answer. If this made sense, add it to your worksheet. Write down what you learned along with the answer, and then continue on to the next conjunction question that you missed on this test. If this is the last conjunction question that you missed on this test, please go ahead and do the conjunction mastery until you get 10 questions correct in a row before moving to the next category.